So we've given a few minutes here for folks to join. Want to welcome those that are on with us today. We're here with the Associated New York State Food Processors, and we're talking about maximizing your membership investment. So certainly appreciate folks taking their time today during their lunch break to meet and listen to some details and some announcements here from the Associated New York State Food Processors on some changes that we've been making. My name is Tom Seymour. I am the Vice President with the organization. I currently am employed at Ledestri Foods in a sales role. We've been working very, very hard to really make some changes to the Associated New York State Food Processors to drive a stronger value proposition to our members and really update our products and services that we bring out to the membership. So again, appreciate you being with us today. I am your co-host. With me today is also Mike Agnello from WebSurge. They've been a fantastic partner in helping us in working to make some of these changes. They are a digital marketing firm that is local to the Rochester area. Fantastic partner. They've just been such a great company to work with in helping us get our website together and create this tool that we're going to share with you today, and help us with our social media and all sorts of other digital media related pieces. As we all know, that's such an important part of business today. So I'd like to introduce Mike. And Mike, if you'd like to introduce yourself and say a little something about who you are and what you do.
Great. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, and thank you everybody for joining in today. So as Tom mentioned, I work at WebSurge. We're a digital marketing agency that specializes really in B2B markets, a lot of niche kind of marketing, basically for customers who have a very specific type of prospect. We help you identify them, we help you build lists, and we help you get out and reach them with your messaging. So as Tom said, we've been working with the Associated New York State Food Processors for since about the end of 2019. And it's been great because Tom has done a really great job of sharing with us the vision for the Food Processors Organization and where we want to take this thing. And we're really right at the tip of the work that we're doing, starting off with the website and the tool that we'll look at today. But as we continue, we have plans to drive membership, to increase the value that the association is able to bring to members, to work in more sponsorships, and then once we can, get back out there and start doing some events and promoting those and bringing the value of this association and the members of the association, bringing that value out to more and more people. Tom has shared the vision that we want to be an authoritative, educational, and very valuable entity online as well as in person. And all of your help is very critical to doing this, as we'll kind of talk through today. But it's pretty exciting, at least from our point of view as the marketing agency, to be able to take something from, not quite ground zero, but from a very small starting place, and to look to grow this on the technology side, and then of course on the business side to see some real results there. So thank you, Tom, for including us in this, and looking forward to working, hopefully with more and more of the members of the association.
Thanks, Mike. So just to give everyone an outline, we're going to start out. I'm going to give you a little overview of some of the work that we've been up to, and some of the updated information that you'll find on the website. We're going to then take you through and walk you through that website so that you can have a look at the work that's been done. We'll then work through a tutorial video on how to set up your Cornucopia listing, which is our new e-tool that we're going to talk more about today. And then Mike is going to take us through some detail around that tool. And then if you'd hold your questions for the end, we're going to have some time for Q&A at the end. So with that, I'll get right into it. For those of you that don't know or are new to the organization, I think we had a couple on the list today that maybe are not current members. The Associated New York State Food Processors is one of the oldest professional organizations in the state. And like anything else, when you're the oldest, you have to be ever evolving. And so we're at one of those critical evolution points. And we believe that changing our value proposition, streamlining processes, and working to connect people with information, products, and services is that next point in evolution for the association. The way that we're doing that is through the utilization of technology. As you know, that's critical in growing New York State business related to our strong food ecosystem. And I think it's become more apparent today than ever before in the throes of this pandemic with COVID-19 that we really do need to rely on the digital world more and utilize it for updates and information sharing. What we've done is we've taken a website that was it was present, but it really needed quite a bit of updating. We've gone in, we've made it more dynamic, engaging, visually stimulating, and created a tool that has taken a lot of tribal knowledge and put it in one place. And really, we're hoping that that's going to be the hub where folks can find what they're looking for, that connection. Certainly networking remains as one of our core goals here. There are a lot of options out there today with regard to networking, but the association focuses on quality networking and really making those connections specific to New York State, specific to the food ecosystem, and really looking to continue to grow. As an association, we've always been pretty good at engaging a wide audience, not just the food processors, but also packaging suppliers and primary, secondary, and tertiary suppliers to those food processor businesses. Today, more than ever before, we're looking at how we can continue to expand. And we believe that through the development and continued investment in our website, along with Cornucopia, our new e-tool, we believe that those are the right ways to continue to grow, whether it's a financial auditing firm or consultant business or a waste management business. All of these different services that interface within the food ecosystem can all continue to be developed. And the way that we do that is through connectivity, and that connectivity comes through our e-tool. So we'll get into a little bit more about Cornucopia as we go through this presentation today. Really, when you think of Cornucopia, I want you to think of, tribal knowledge being transferred into a usable format that is quick and easy. And so, the genesis of this, Frank Cavallaro had come onto the board, and he said, hey, made the observation, my phone is always ringing and I'm always getting inquiries about, who do I talk to for this or that? And so we established that a lot of this information is tribal knowledge, and that can be frustrating in today's fast-paced world. We certainly don't want to take away from the importance of interpersonal communication and connection. Obviously, that plays into our networking, but also how do we create a tool that will take a lot of the information that we have and put it in a spot where people can easily access it and then make that connection with each other. In addition to the tool, in addition to the website and a focus around integrating the processors into that digital world, we've really focused time and effort on resources and collaboration. And And those are around education and training and news. And as we go through the website, you'll see where we have highlighted and how we have made areas that really make the website easy to find the information. We have Bob King from MCC on. Obviously, MCC has been a strong partner of the association and member of the association. We're really thinking of things differently today. So looking at collaboration as much as we possibly can, and getting away from that kind of siloed world that I think was once present within the New York State food ecosystem. And so when you look at the website, we'll go through and look at the resources page, and you'll find great partners like MCC and Cornell and the Institute for Food Safety at Cornell University and the Center of Excellence for Food and Agriculture and IFT and the commissary. So really looking at, certainly we are an organization competing for membership dollars, but at the same time, we know that our membership dollar amount that we're asking for is such a reasonable amount, and most of these other organizations are as well, that we're really not in competition. And so rather than focusing on competition and figuring out how we can collaborate to really drive the best experience forward for the professionals in the food business. And obviously some of those folks aren't competing for membership dollars. Organizations like MCC and Cornell and the commissary, for example, but just really trying to link people together and make it easy to get access to information. We're not straying away from our roots, making sure that we're still focused on those core items. So events and tours have always been popular with the processors. So, we're doing things a little bit differently today because of the pandemic, but events and tours are still very much on our radar. We're actually, you'll see information coming out. We're starting a webinar series. This is kicking it off, but we have a fireside chat coming up next month with Paulie Guglielmo. And in October, we have another fireside chat with Sam Randall, the owner of Renegade Coffee Bar. So really interesting, small New York State-based businesses based in food, and really looking to keep that ball rolling on the webinar side while we're at a point that meeting in person isn't as practical. Looking at some options for virtual tours and also some virtual happy hours. So really just trying to shake things up and do things, differently and to the way that they need to be done today due to the pandemic. And then just being very partnership minded. And I know I touched on that with the resources and the collaboration piece, but really just driving home the idea of working to partner and connect people with the tools that they need. And that's really been the big focus. And so with that, I want to turn it over to Mike to share his screen on the website so that we can walk you through what's been done. You can see how beautiful the website looks and how usable and just how great it is. So I'm going to turn it over to Mike. Mike, if you'd share your screen and we can walk through what's been done with the website.
Sure. So we'll pull this up here, get this nice and big, and hopefully everybody can see that all right. So yes, as Tom mentioned, we spent some time doing a number of things for the website. And so as I go through this today, what we'll kind of look at is a few very high level, like almost philosophy type things on how we need to approach the website. We'll drill down into a couple of the finer details in the pages, similar and expanding on what Tom mentioned. We'll kind of end up at the Cornucopia member database. I'll do a quick overview of that, and then we'll dive into the tutorial that will explain how you'll, as the member, will go through and create your profile and fill out your information. And then we'll come back to look at it again now that you'll have some context around it and you'll have a bit of a better understanding. So looking at kind of high level overview things about the website, as Tom mentioned, first and foremost, presentation is super important on the web. And as we know right now, folks are relying on the internet more than ever. So we wanted to definitely add more visual, add some more design and a little bit of brand to the website to just bring it up to standards of today, because that's what people expect, not only on how it looks, how it's working, is it loading quickly, um, is it easy to navigate, do I know where to find the information that I'm looking for. So we've done a light touch design here, adding in some stylistic things, adding in some more information. But just as if you think of your website almost like as an employee, you don't just train them and then you stop and hopefully you stop and expect them to stay at that spot. We want to keep growing, we want to keep expanding, and we want to keep increasing the value. So as we look through the website today, still very much in a phase one where we're getting our base components in here. But as we continue the partnership between WebSurge and the association, we will continue to expand the various elements in here to just bring out the value. So that's
So
kind of, yeah, go ahead,
sorry,
Tom.
Mike, I wanted to make a couple of key call outs here. WebSurge did a really nice job creating a new logo for the association. For those that are on the phone, Norm, Phil, you guys may remember the old logo of the Cornucopia, which ties into the name of the tool. It was almost pencil drawn, and then it evolved. Maybe 5 years ago, we had a label supplier that was part of the group, and they had worked with us to create another version, and it was good. But WebSurge really did a wonderful job recreating, or creating, I should say, this new updated logo. And also want to call out that we really want this website to be a place that people are coming to regularly and using it, not just a stagnant spot that you visit once a year whenever you need to register for something. And so we've incorporated this news and events feed. Now this feed has, it has piped in not only the New York State food processor events, but other events from other organizations, news feeds from great trade journals. So it's an area that you can go to and quickly see what's going on in food and agriculture, food processing, packaging. So just want to make sure those are two key things here on this landing page that I want to make sure that you take note of.
Yeah, and Tom, to that point, one of the things we talk about on kind of like in our marketing world is that as much as it's important to make sure a website has a very nice presentation and it's styled well, we really need to think of the website as a tool, as a living entity, as almost like a machine that does work. And as Tom mentioned, we envision this website serving a purpose for kind of two audiences. So for one of the audiences, that's our members here. In addition to keeping up to date with kind of news in the industry, as you might find on the news, and then hopefully, again, more events in the feed here. Also looking at resources, the idea being that over time, when things change, in terms of compliance or kind of like any major changes in the space, we want to make sure we're getting that information and we're the authority that you can come to, so you don't have to go hunt around Google to try to find the right article or the right source that's going to explain it to you. The vision is that you're able to come here, as this is a part of the value of your membership. So you're able to come here and you're able to get the information that you need, get it, and then get on with your day and can go back to running your business. So over time, we want to continue to build that into the site. And if you think about it in another kind of light, as our membership, different individuals within the membership and different companies may also have some authority on different topics. So not only will you as a member come to the site to get the information. You may also have an opportunity to send us or send Tom the information that you are an authority on. It gets posted on the site, and now whether they are members or whether they're non-members coming here may see you as an authority on a certain topic. Pick and choose whichever one that may be. If you can write about it, if you can speak about it, please let us know. We want to get that on the website. It only helps to get you some more exposure, as well as, increase the value of the website for the members. So I just kind of was saying how this could be a valuable tool for the members. On the other side, the ultimate goal really is we'll be using part of the membership fee that you pay to do advertising, to drive non-members to this site, not only to potentially join the association, but to come here and utilize the website, and especially the Cornucopia member database, where they're able to find all sorts of products and services, and a number of things in that area. So not only is it valuable for you as a member to come here, but we will be driving traffic to this site. That traffic is going to be able to make inquiries on the site, which will get back to your company. And the idea is that this is a source of new business opportunity for your company. And that's a part of what the membership in this association is providing. So let me hit a couple of the finer points of the website, just a couple small pages, and then we'll kind of dive into the Cornucopia and get into that aspect of it. So we took a quick look at the home page, the events feed that one of our developers, Scott, has tied into a number of different places online, is pulling these things up automated, so you can come here and you're able to kind of see a number of different things that are going on in the space. We want to continue to tout our objectives and our value proposition, so as we drive potential members to the page, they understand exactly what is going on here. And your input and feedback is invaluable. If you have thoughts after looking at the site or maybe visiting again later, how we could improve some of this language, which will enable us to grow the membership, increase the funds, and then be able to reach out to more non-members who can inquire for business opportunity for you. We want to hear about that. So pretty short there, but really, if you look into the member benefits page, it's a little bit of a rehash of what we saw on the home page there, talking about how we're able to provide value in the ways that Tom mentioned, whether it's factory tours, access to news and updates, networking with people in the industry, education and training opportunities, staffing support. That's what the association wants to provide, and we want to try to use the web tool as much as possible to do that. Just kind of an overview of what we've got there. In the resources page, this is really something that we want to continue to beef up. So we want to partner with some authoritative resources out there, and maybe even go beyond this. Instead of just linking to the websites, pulling in the types of updates or really pertinent information, so that again, in time, if something comes up in the industry, you don't have to spend time hunting through Google or visiting all of these different sites. You can come to your membership website and get the information you need, understand it, and then get back to running your business. The news and events, we of course want to continue to fill this up. Right now, we've kind of got the webinar as our big event going on, but hopefully soon we get more golf tournaments and outings and tours and things like that. So now let me hop in. Well, I guess I should say too, for any non-members or for any members who need to resubscribe for the upcoming year, you can make your payments through the website. Pretty standard online payment tool. You'll go through here, fill out your information. We also will, again, part of the marketing dollars that we'll use, we'll be fleshing out the pages for any sponsors, and work to get some more sponsors within the organization as well, which will just help some of the funds for our marketing and growth. So now let's go into the Cornucopia member database. The vision here is to have as many of our members listed here so that anybody from the internet, as they're searching on Google, our website shows up. They're able to come to the Cornucopia and they're able to discover companies in the space that are able to do what this prospect needs. So again, this is the high level overview. We're going to go into much more detail with the video and then following, or with the tutorial rather, and then after that. But kind of looking at it very quick, if I'm a new user coming in and I've searched for something on Google and our site shows up, and let's say I need something in packaging, I can kind of search through any of these fields and try to pick somebody who's able to give me the bags that I need, or at least I can find them to go learn more about what they're able to do. Maybe I need to drill down into some processes, or maybe I need to drill down into some products. Anybody there? Okay, great, Ledestri. So the idea is that just as you would search on any e-commerce website, or just as if you would go to like ThomasNet or IQS directory, being able to search and filter based on what you need will bring up the companies that you're looking for. And then, of course, in addition, we just have the list here. So you can kind of scroll through and start to see all of the companies in the organization and then what they are able to provide. So if I'm drilling and I need some bags and I've got a few different options here, I can kind of see what, at a very high level overview, I can kind of see what they're offering in terms of products, services, certifications, any processes, things like that. Now, if I'm interested in Mako has set up their page, which is the thing that we'll be talking about shortly here with the tutorial. They've set up their page with basic contact information, basic company information, and then starting to get into a little bit of detail about what they offer, really just kind of an expanded view of what we saw on the home page, or on that main search page. There is potential to expand this out, and that's part of what we want to be talking with you, the members, about, is what else can you envision putting on your company page that would make a non-member who comes to this site to find a supplier in the food processing industry, what else would make this page more valuable? What else would help you talk about the value you're able to bring that prospect, etc. Because the ultimate goal is, what we want to do is have people come here and, on that Cornucopia page, search and filter down to the types of products and services they need, find the type of company that can fulfill that, come to their page, and then fill out the RFQ. This will go to the association, and then it will go directly to your company as an opportunity for new business. So whether or not you in-house, or whether or not your company is doing digital marketing or trying to drive traffic to your website to get requests for quotes and any other kind of inquiries, part of the value of your membership is that we will be working to drive traffic to this site, to the Cornucopia tool, so that you can start to see some of these RFQs coming in.
And also, I want to add, Mike, just so everyone's aware, this format is trackable through analytics, and so we can show, and you can track, how many leads. So for your membership, if you get 10 people that come through the New York State Food Processors website in a month, we'll know that they've come through to you through our website, and they don't even necessarily have to fill out this RFQ for us to know that. They could click through, right, because your website's listed there, and we would know that they came through, and really looking to make sure that we have tangible return on investment information for you, so that you can see, for $400 a year, it doesn't take too many inquiries or even pass through type of activities. And if you get some of these where they actually do go through the RFQ process, you know, you'll have to quantify on the other end whether or not you're able to close that deal, whether or not that turned into tangible business for you. But what we can at least demonstrate is that we have proven a value and some return on investment for that membership.
Yeah. So if you envision getting some media out in front of buyers, or even kind of like the packaging engineers maybe that would be needed. Again, making it easier so that that person doesn't have to hunt through Google to try to find the right type of company and service. Let's just send them to this one place where they can find a lot of different types of products and services and processes within the space. And again, that's the big vision. And it'll take some time, and that's kind of where we're heading now. We do need your help by creating this member profile. It only beefs up the authority and the value of this website, right? You know, sending them to a page with maybe 10 profiles is good, but sending them to a page with 30 or 40 is even better, because it just expands the potential product offering that they'd be able to find. So now that you've kind of seen the front side of what a member profile page could start to look like, let's dive into the tutorial where we'll show a brief overview of the steps that you'll take to fill this profile out. So we include this tutorial on the website, and after this we will send you an email that has kind of a recap of what we talked about, and a link to this page where you can find the tutorial video as well as a step-by-step breakdown of how to go about filling it out. So what I'm going to do, I just need to adjust my sharing settings so that I can give audio through my computer.
Web search. We built the Cornucopia member database.
Let me pause real quick. Can everybody hear that okay? Or I guess you're all muted. Tom, you can hear that okay, correct?
Hey there, this is Scott from WebSurge. We built the Cornucopia member database for the Associated New York State Food Processors. Today, we're going to cover how you can create a company listing in the database. The first step is creating an account on the website. This will let you log in and change your member profile information later. So first, we need to register. Here we fill out our registration information. Once your information is filled out, click Register. On this first page, we have some personal information to fill out. Once that's filled in, click Next. This next part of the form is critical because these fields are what visitors to the New York State Food Processors website will be using to search for your companies. Each of these fields allows you to click into them and select multiple options to define your company. I'll go ahead and fill these out. If there's information about your company not included in the 5 fields above, use this field to indicate additional services or products you offer. Once this page is set, you can click Next. This is the last page, allowing you to fill out more specific company information, which will be displayed on the company's profile page. Up here we have address, phone, primary contact information, a section to fill out your logo, and then who we are and what we do, which are fields that will also populate your company profile page. I'll skip ahead again and fill out these fields. All right, our info is in. We just need to submit the form. Now that the company listing application has been submitted, an administrator from the association will review it and approve it. Once approved, you will receive an email from the association website with a link to your profile. We'll go ahead and approve ours behind the scenes so we can see how it looks. All right, we're approved, and I received an email with a link to my company profile page. We'll hop over to that page now. So here it is, company name at the top. If you need to make any edits to your profile, that can be done so by clicking here. On the left here is the company information we filled out, and on the right is an area for visitors to submit an RFQ to your organization. This RFQ will go to the primary contact submitted in the form. And down at the bottom is the rest of the information filled out in the form. Next, we'll take a look at the Cornucopia database and show how our listing is displayed in the search results. Up at the top here, Cornucopia member database. This top section is where visitors to the website can search. And here's the list of the members. One of the processes we selected was dry filling, so we'll choose that here. And here our company shows up with all of their attributes. Visitors to the site can then view the profile by clicking view. Finally, if you want to quickly find your company and you're logged in, you can click on the My Account link at the top of the website. And here are links to edit and view your profile. This concludes our introduction to creating a listing in the Cornucopia member database. If you have any questions, please contact the Associated New York State Food Processors. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
All right. And again, I know we went a little quick through it. We put together a written explanation of it here. So as you're working through, you're able to kind of follow step by step. The idea is to make it super intuitive. As you kind of saw, there's going to be fields for your products, your services, your processes. You're going to see that there's a list of options already in there. If there's something that you do and you don't see it in the list, there is the ability to type it in and add it in. We tried our best to cover the bases as far as what we imagine the membership offering, but there may be something that we missed, and that's why we've kind of built it in such a way that you're able to type in any additional information. So just to kind of recap the steps, after this, we will send you a link to this page where you'll be able to follow this Create Member Profile link. You'll go in there and register, and you'll start to fill out the fields as you see them come up. On the first page, you will kind of be creating your username and password. So if you envision that you're the one that's going to be managing this, you'll just want to kind of keep track of that. We'll certainly be here to help you on the back end. Do a password reset or anything like that if needed. And then you'll go through and fill out your profile. You'll upload your company logo. You'll type in or paste in company information and things like that. We will kind of be proofing these before they go out to make sure that company doesn't list anything that's not accurate, or we don't get any kind of weird things going in, like a web search digital marketing, say they do dry filling. That was for example only. We'll get that out of there for sure. But you get the idea there. And again, I don't think you could quite see it on the tutorial video, but you might be able to see it on my screen here. If I was logged in, obviously it would say log out there, and there would be another link to let me access my account. And that was what Scott showed at the very end of the video. That's another simple way, just like if you're logged into any kind of platform, you can just view your account, edit your details, make changes, etc. So in the meantime, we'd love for you to follow up on this when you receive the email. And also, please, 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 always feel free to send back feedback, because as we mentioned, this is a living, growing entity that we want to expand. And the more we can get feedback from you, the actual users, the better we can make this tool, and the more valuable we can make the whole website be.
You're not filling it out, to the best of your ability and having those filters in place above. Are you working, Mike, to get those pulled up?
I'm so sorry, Tom. I lost audio for a minute there, so
Oh,
if you were speaking to me, I missed you completely.
yeah, that's okay. I was asking if you could pull up the Cornucopia tool and share it.
Sure.
I just want to show in the drop downs the example where Mallenberg Betts added refrigeration and a couple of very specific terms to their business that were not in the tool prior, but are there now because they filled out that box. So like if you go to the services up top in the services box, if you scroll down slowly, you'll see, I'm trying to think of what, industrial refrigeration. So that was not something that was built into the original tool. And the way that that came to be was because in that setup, the sixth field was filled out with that term, which then auto-populates here. So it's really important. Don't just go in and fill out the who we are and what we do, but you want to make sure that you fill that out so that we continue to expand those filters so that people can use them to find you. So that's early feedback that we've had. So I just wanted to share that with everyone. Mike, I certainly appreciate you walking us through the Cornucopia tool. It was very helpful, and definitely thank you for walking us through the website. I want to make sure we save some time here at the end for questions. I do want to put out some reminders before we get into questions. So just again, stating the point that the membership is $400 per year and it is organization based. So this is a pretty low cost considering that many people can participate within your organization. And just in general, I don't know, I'm part of maybe 6 or 7 different organizations, and the Associated New York State Food Processors is one of the lower cost. And hopefully with all this work, one of the higher value organizations that you're part of. In addition to that, I want to remind people that the membership is a calendar year basis. And so there's been some confusion on that. I've had some people that have said, oh no, I paid my dues. It's calendar year based. So what we're looking to do is we're looking to do a membership drive. You're going to get an email and some announcement about this. And this year with all of the change that's been going on, it was hard for the organization to go through and work through all of the dues that were owed. And so what we're asking is, if folks sign up here in September, we're going to say that your 2021 dues are paid through the end of December of 2021. But you'll also be able to go in and set up your Cornucopia account here right away in September when you sign up and pay those dues, and you'll have the balance of 2020 kind of as a bonus. So that membership drive, please keep an eye out for that. We are going to put a deadline to it as the end of September. So again, just a little bit more bang for the buck, getting some extra time for those dues, as well as the opportunity to get in and set up your Cornucopia account. So please be on the lookout for that. We do have the webinar series. You're going to be seeing that information come out through email. So please keep an eye out for that. And if you're free, we're going to do lunch hours. If that works for people, that's great. If you have suggestions on better times, please let me know and I can see if that fits with everyone else. And then we're distributing a newsletter. You should be receiving it. It is something that we're always looking to grow. And one of the other benefits to the members is that we currently do and want to do more features on member companies. So it's pretty easy. It's taking existing marketing material you have, maybe a photo, a logo, and just a brief write-up, and send that over to us. This newsletter isn't just going out to the 50 some odd members that are part of the association. It's also going to our affiliates list, which is quite extensive. And then we have those partnerships with MCC and Cornell and the commissary and IFT and all these different groups, and all of them have come back and said, yeah, we're interested in sharing that information. So it is quite a larger list than just our membership. So it would benefit you if you're interested in getting a newsletter feature. Please reach out to me afterwards, and we can get you set up with myself and Mike to get the information that we need to get you featured in that next newsletter.
Yeah.
So with that, go ahead, Mike.
Real quick, I went to the homepage here because we do have a block for the member spotlight or the member feature. We just don't have a taker yet, but it's going to go right underneath the header of the homepage. So any traffic that comes here is going to be able to see you. I'll link right to your company page in the Cornucopia tool, which then again, any RFQ form or a link to your home web page. So a lot of exposure with that, in addition to going into the newsletter, going on social, living on the website for a month or so. They send us the information. It'll be good to use that.
Thanks. Thank you for stating that. So that gives us about 7 minutes here for Q&A. So I'd like to open it up, and I know in a virtual world, there's some pause. So we're going to take a pause. Don't be afraid of the silence. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask them at this time. Mike and I must have done a pretty good job of getting the information out there. Certainly appreciate everybody making time today, joining us for this informational session on maximizing your membership investment with the Associated New York State Food Processors. Again, always looking to strengthen our value proposition and be a better partner and strengthen your business along with the New York State food ecosystem. And so with that, we will conclude the call today. If there are any questions in following up, if you're interested in receiving information and you're not currently receiving our newsletters or our communications, please feel free to reach out to me. You can do that 2 ways. One, through the contact at NewYorkStateFoodProcessor.org. That is our new contact, contact at NYSFoodProcessor.org. Or you can contact me through my Ledestri Foods email. That's tseymour@ledestrifoods.com. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you had from today's presentation. We look forward to hearing from you and look forward to hopefully spending another lunch hour with you in about a month to listen to Paulie Guglielmo talk about his rise and his brand in the pasta sauce world. Again, thank you for your time and look forward to hearing from you.